Good morning, my wonderful Vidyashriyans of grade 7. I hope you all are doing well. Through this video lecture, we would be learning chapter number 2 of civics, that is, role of the government in health. Beta, it will be a very interesting chapter क्योंकि इस चैप्टर के थ्रू हमें ये पता चलेगा कि एज द डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री व्हाट आर our expectation from our government. So beta, in a democratic country, people always accept the government to work for their welfare. This could be through the provision of education, health, employment, the development of roads or electricity, and so on. So in this chapter we shall examine the meaning and problem related to health. So beta, in this chapter, first of all, we would be understanding what is health. So number one, health means our ability to remain free from illness and injuries. हमें कोई बीमारी ना लगे, चोट ना लगे is called a healthy person. But health is not only about diseases. Apart from diseases, we need to think of the other factors that affect our health. So, apart from diseases, we need to think of other factors that affect our health. For example, if people get clean drinking water or a pollution free environment, they are likely to be healthy. On the other hand, if people do not get adequate food to eat or have a live in a dirty conditions, they will be prone to illness. All of us would like to be active. पसंद है ना हम सबको active रहना. And in good spirit in whatever we may be doing. It is not healthy to be dull, inactive, anxious, or scared for a long stretch period of time. We all need to be without mental strain. All of these various aspects of our lives are part of our health only. Now let's compare the healthcare in India. Let us examine and compare some of the aspects of the healthcare of India. Beta, first of all, I want to tell you that India has the largest number of medical colleges in the world and is among the largest producer of doctors, and approximately 15,000 new doctors qualified every year in India. But most doctors settle in urban areas. शहरों में रहना ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं doctors. People in rural areas have to travel long distance to reach a doctor. The number of doctors with respect to the population is much less in rural areas comparatively to urban areas. You know that healthcare facilities have grown rapidly over the years. If we'll compare from 1950, in 1950 there were only 2,717 hospitals throughout the India. But in the year 1991 there were 11,174 hospitals, and in 2000 the number grew to 18,218. But despite all these facts, about 5 lakh people die from tuberculosis every year. This number is almost unchanged since independence. Almost 2 million cases of malaria are reported every year, and this number is not decreasing at all. One of the positive point of Indian healthcare is that India gets a large number of medical tourists from many countries. They come for treatment in some of the hospitals in the India that compare with the best in the world. And you know, India is the fourth largest producer of medicine in the world and is also a large exporter of medicines as well. But the hard factors, healthcare in India, we are not able to provide clean drinking water to all. 21% of all communicable diseases are waterborne. For example, diarrhea, worms, hepatitis, etc. And half of the children in India do not get adequate food to eat and are undernourished. So, what do you think? In order to prevent and treat illness, what we need to do? Beta, we need appropriate health center facilities such as health centers, hospitals, laboratories for testing, ambulance services, blood banks, etc. In order to run such facilities, we need health workers, nurses, qualified doctors, and other health professionals who can advise, diagnose, and treat illnesses. We also need the medicine and equipments that are necessary for treating patients. These facilities are required to take care of us and our health. So beta, till now we have understood about the healthcare in India, and we have also compared कि किस तरह से इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया था जब 1950s का टाइम था, कितने हॉस्पिटल्स थे, कितने डॉक्टर्स थे, स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली उनके नंबर्स में कितना इम्प्रूवमेंट आया. सो दिस इज़ द पॉजिटिव साइड of in healthcare, that India has a large number of doctors, clinic and hospitals. But if we'll see the scenario with the above all positive developments, we're not able to provide proper healthcare facilities to the common people of India. Here I want to give you the example or a small story which is written on your book of Hakim Sheikh. Hakim Sheikh was a member of Paschim Banga Khet Mazdoor Samiti, which is PBKMS, an organization of agricultural laborers in West Bengal. One evening, what happened? In the year 1992, he accidentally fell off a running train and suffered head injuries. He was in very serious condition and needed immediate treatment. He was taken to government hospitals in Kolkata, but they refused to admit him because they did not have a spare bed. Another hospital did not have that facility, or the specialized doctor necessary for this treatment are not available. In this way, he spent 14 hours in critical state and was taken to 8 different government hospital, but none of them admitted him. Finally, he was admitted in a private hospital. उसको किसी भी गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल में जब जगह नहीं मिली तो वो एट लास्ट उसको प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट करवाना पड़ा, और वो मजदूर समिति का सदस्य था, मेंबर था. तो सोचो कि क्या वो अमीर होगा? नहीं, वो अमीर नहीं था. ही स्पेंड लॉट ऑफ मनी ऑन हिज ट्रीटमेंट. Angry and upset over the indifferent attitude of all the hospital that refused to admit him, Hakim Sheikh and PBKMS, which is Paschim Banga Khet Mazdoor Samiti, filed a case in the court. And according to our constitution, it is the necessarily and primarily duty of the government to ensure the welfare of the people and provide healthcare facilities to all. The government must safeguard the right to life to every person. The court said that the difficulty that Hakim Sheikh had to face could have cost him his life. If a hospital cannot provide a timely medical treatment to a person, it means that the protection of life is not being given. So therefore, the court asked the state government to give him the money that he has spent for his treatment. So from this story, you must have understood that we can roughly divide up various healthcare facilities into two categories. First is public health service, which is government hospitals, and the second is private health facilities. So let's understand this one by one. Beta, the public health service is the chain of health centers and hospitals run by the government. तो जो government hospitals चलाती है उसको बोलते हैं public health centers. They are linked together so that they cover both rural and urban areas, and can also provide treatment to all kind of problems, from common illness to special kind of services. At the village level, there are health centers where there is usually a nurse and the village health worker. They are trained and dealing with common illness diseases. Okay, and at the district level is the district hospital that also supervises all the health centers. Large cities have many government hospitals. And the health service is called public for many reasons. In order to fulfill its commitment of providing health care of all the citizens, the government has established these hospitals and health centers. Also, the resource needed to run these services are obtained from the money that we as a public pay to the government as taxes. Hence such facilities meant for everyone. तो ये जो इसको पब्लिक बेटा इसीलिए कहा जाता है क्योंकि हम जो टैक्सेस देते हैं उन्हीं टैक्सेस से जो गवर्नमेंट है इन हॉस्पिटल्स को चलाती है, तो ये हॉस्पिटल सबके लिए हैं, इसीलिए इसको पब्लिक हॉस्पिटल्स कहा जाता है. वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द पब्लिक हेल्थ सिस्टम इज दैट इट इज़ meant to provide quality healthcare services either free or at the very low cost, so that even the poor can seek treatment. Beta, another important function of the public health is also to take action to prevent the spread of diseases such as TB, that is tuberculosis, malaria, jaundice, cholera, diarrhea, chikungunya, etc. This has to be organized by the government with the participation of the people. तो ये लोगों की पार्टिसिपेशन के बिना हम इस बीमारियों के खिलाफ नहीं लड़ सकते और ना ही ये इफ़ेक्टिव होगा अगर हमारा पार्टिसिपेशन नहीं होगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, व्हेन टेकिंग अप द कैंपेन टू सी दैट मॉस्किटोज डू नॉट ब्रीड इन वाटर कूलर्स, rooftop, etc. This has to be done for all houses in the area, and for that आम लोगों की, आम जनता की इसमें मदद या उनका सहयोग पूरा होना चाहिए गवर्नमेंट को, तभी इस तरह के जो जितने कैंपेन्स होते हैं वो इफ़ेक्टिव होंगे. Now let's understand what are private health facilities. Beta, there are wide range of private health facility that exist in our country, and a large number of doctors run their own private clinic. Urban areas have a large number of doctors, many of them providing specialized services. There are hospitals and nursing homes that are privately owned. There are many laboratories that do test and offer special facilities such as X-ray, ultrasound, etc. There are also shops from where we can buy medicines. As the name suggests, private health facilities are not owned or controlled by the government, unlike the public health services. In private facilities, patients have to pay a lot of money for every service that they use. But today the presence of private facilities can be seen all around. In fact, now there are large companies that run hospitals and some are engaged in manufacturing and selling medicines. Medical shops are found in every corner of the country. So now let's understand about healthcare and equality, which means, is adequate healthcare available to all? Beta, in India we face a situation where private services are increasing but public services are not. The cost of private services is rather high. Medicines are expensive. Many people cannot afford them or have to borrow money when there is an illness in the family. In fact, barely 20% of the population can afford all the medicines that they require during an illness. For those who are poor, every illness in the family is cause of great anxiety and distress. What is worst is this situation tends to happen again and again because these families are not eating as much as they should. They are not providing basic necessities like drinking water, adequate housing, clean surrounding, etc., and therefore they are more likely to fall ill. But in India, we have observed that sometimes it is not only the lack of money that prevents people from getting proper medical treatment. Women, for example, women are not taken to doctor in a prompt manner. Women's health concerns are considered to be less important than the health of men in their family. Now we have understood about the situation of India and its healthcare. So, beta, till now we have understood about the situation of Indian healthcare. Now, let's discuss what can be done. What can be done for what? To improvise the situation. So, beta, first of all, we need to understand this, that it is the responsibility of the government to provide quality healthcare services to all its citizens, especially the poor and the disadvantaged. And it is important to improve the health situation of our people. So for that, now let's take few positive examples from Kerala and the country Costa Rica in healthcare for common people. So let's take the example of Kerala first. So beta, in the year 1996, the Kerala government made some major changes in the state. Beta, 40% of the entire state budget was given to panchayats, so they could plan and provide for their requirements. This made it possible for a village to make sure that proper planning was done for water, food, women's development and education. And health centers were also improved. All of this helped to improve the situation of Kerala. Despite these efforts, however, some problems such as shortage of medicines, insufficient hospital beds, not enough doctors remained, and these needed to be addressed. But it surely has improvised the situation of Kerala. So let us look at an example of another country and its approach to the issue of health, and the country named is Costa Rica. Beta, Costa Rica is considered to be one of the healthiest country in South America. The main reason for this can be found in Costa Rican constitution. Several years ago, Costa Rica took a very important decision to decide not to have an army. उन्होंने ये decide किया कि उनके देश में army नहीं होगी. This helped the Costa Rican government to spend the money that the army would have used. So they spent money on health, education and other basic needs of the people. But the Costa Rican government believes that the country has to be healthy for its development and pays a lot of attention to the health of its people. The Costa Rican government provides basic services and amenities to all Costa Ricans. For example, it provides safe drinking water, sanitation, nutrition, and housing. Health education is also considered very important. Knowledge about health is essential part of the education at all the levels. So beta, in this chapter we have learnt about the role of the government in health and how health is very important to us. Healthcare of India, we have also understood about the public and private healthcare services and what measures can be done to improve an improvisation to the healthcare of India. I hope you all have understood this chapter well. So complete your PDF file, read this chapter and see you in the Zoom class.